Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, world. This is the badass man from Buzzwalk, back a wall. And as you can see, I'm on a cruise again. And you know the water, looking in the water, looking in the ocean, it always bring me back to my childhood days down at the Victoria Pier. And this is the final run. I will be wrapping up my chronicle, and for those of who is the first joining me here, I would suggest that you go back 2 years ago and look at the Runaway Slave Chronicle of the Badass. As you will find out, I'm a Rasta baby out of the dirt, out of nowhere. Most of the time I'll be looking in the water because that's where I get my inspiration from and my motivation. Now, this is my story. And as my story, I will be telling it as truthful as possible, with no filter. This story is from nothing to something, whatever that is. I don't know if my story is a success story or what. I don't know. It's just my story. And I am happy that I can tell my story myself. So as you know, I'm from Buzzwalk Bakawal, and I have already defined Bakawal in geography and everything, so I won't do that here. In my story, I have repeat over and over and over and over that I have no friend. And a lot of people find that offensively. And without apology, those that consider me to be a friend, they know why. And they know that they got a good friend in me. It was we, my generation, that said loyalty. This is not a song. This is not a song. This is how we live, how we was raised. Loyalty. Today, I have lived to reach this golden age, to be a pensioner. And I can count on one hand the dear friend, the people that I do consider dear friend that's still around today. So I must make a shout out to Errol Charter, Floyd, over there in New York and Boston. And I must make a shout out to Dr. Lenkiroy, youngest brother. And I must also make a shout out to Michael Dad, better known as Danny Dads. So those are the three people that I would name today as my friend. Three people. There is no apology for anyone else who consider me to be friend and they didn't hear the name. No apology. The reason why I can call those three people name, those were the three people when I was down and out doing my 15-year bird that stood with me right through the 15 years. Again, Errol Shorter. Errol Shorter tell all his staff, whenever a collect phone call come from Badass, accept it and let me know what you want. That's what Errol Shorter did. He didn't have to do it, but that's what Errol Shorter did for me. So when people hear me call up and shout out for Errol Shorter, it's because I'm grateful. I know me and Florida come from. Again, Doctor, again, tell his staff in Boston to do when Badass call, take his call, and whatever you want to get done, do it. Can you imagine I'm doing 15 years? Whether I'm in solitary, whether I'm in population, whether I'm in the yard, I got these two brethren. And this, at the time, these brethren was filthy rich. And that's what these brethren tell the staff to treat me. That put a financial ease for me while I'm doing the time. So I wasn't short of anything. Then Michael Dodd, Danny Dodds, he was there for me when I start. When I finish my sentence, before he got sentenced, and I touched Jam 1, he was there for me. The shout out again. I haven't heard from him for a long time, but that don't mean that we have forgotten each other. The respect goes out to those three wonderful brethren, and may Jah bless them soul, guide them throughout their lifetime. Respect and salute my brethren. Now, let's talk about family. Yeah. I have always maintained that I'm a father of 11 children. For the record, 3 is adopted children. 3. I took on my baby mother with her 3 children. I only know of 2. One was hidden. And when I find out about the hidden one, I adopted her also. Today, if you see any of these 3 girls, you will find it hard not to believe that they are my biological children. Because that's how they relate to me, and that's how I relate to them. Keep in mind that at the time when I meet this woman with these children, I had no children. I was just a rude boy. And I never know I could even get a child. So these children, I have always invested in them like they were my own. Respect Carol, respect Jackie, respect Marcia, respect to all the children that I have adopted as my grandchildren. Respect to every one of you all. Now let's turn to my children. My first son was born in this country. I will call him Marlon X, but he's known as Lucky British, the original Lucky British is my son. Not the dancehall one is going around. My first son, born in this country, I think he will be 45, 46, somewhere around there now. His name is Lucky British, born out of Peckham, London Peckham. That's my boy. Today, we are not on speaking terms, regretfully. Shout out goes out to my granddaughter Tiana X. Yeah, Tiana X. Granddad love you. Granddad ever love you. Granddad never stopped love you from the day you was born. You know that, Tiana. And I know you love her. Shout out and respect and keep up the good work. So that's my first granddaughter, Tiana X. My second child born in this country goes by the name of Selma X. She's 45 years old. Very, very successful young lady. Very successful black entrepreneur in this country. This conversation is going somewhere. Shout out to my granddaughter, beautiful granddaughter, Rallian X. Again. So we got Lucky British, Selma X, Tiana X, Rallian X. So we got my granddaughter, two granddaughters, Tiana, Rallian X. My first daughter, Selma X. Love you all. Then, next up, respect goes out to my son, Dimps, and his son, Kerari, my grandson. Again, love you both, son and grandson. So here we are now, we're on the Carnegie clan. So we have Dimps as a Carnegie, Kerari as a Carnegie. Then we have Jacinta Carnegie. Then we have Tabet, who is Asata Carnegie. Then we have Bonnie Judah. I know you all is familiar with Bonnie Judah, but she's just what her name is. She's Bonnie Judah. She's the Judah in the family so far. Next up, we have the Farad Carnegie. I think the Farad is around 16 or 17 years of age. 16 years of age this year. That's an unknown Carnegie. But the Farad is my baby son. Then you have last but not least, the baby of the bunch, Buzzwalk Carnegie. This is the girl from Buzzwalk. You have the man from Buzzwalk and you have the girl from Buzzwalk, which is Lillian Carnegie. Now, respect goes out to Ramesses King Feara, my good brethren over there in Chicago. Respect goes out to you, my brother, for the piece that you did on parenting. Yeah, that was a hell of a piece, parenting. I stood up last night listening to that piece, parenting. And by listening to you, you have set my mind and balanced me to do this piece this morning. I also want to make a massive shout out to Ask the Older Man. I think me and the older man is of the same age. He's over there in Dubai with his family. And he have his podcasts. And most of the people in my circle respect. So I'm telling you, respect on behalf of myself and the people that follow me. Yesterday, while I was traveling, I listened to the piece that you did, avoid a permunus, that word, mix up woman, a big word. I will call it when I can pronounce it. No shame in my game, you know. Now, I'm on this cruise today with my Carnegie family. So it is 8 of us today on this cruise. My partner, four of my daughter, my son, and my grandson. This cruise, it's supposed to be a celebration cruise. It was supposed to be a cruise that bring my family together. Actually, this was supposed to be the grand finale of my life. Putting this cruise together, I made a lot of sacrifice to accomplish this. This cruise was supposed to impress upon my children values, family values. This cruise was supposed to impact on the youths, mainly of West Kingston. You know, Monday, I went to the barber shop to get a shape up. And I was talking to my barber, and a young man came in the barber shop. And the young man hear me talking. And he looks around and he said, I know that voice. I don't know this young man from nowhere. But the young man tell me, he knows my voice. And say, come here. And say, big man, we just come back from yard, you know. I know say me did in a town. And here a youth to play a program with you in a town. And him say the youth say, listen to one of our elder. No. When me talk them way, some man kind of not like how me talk. But when the youth tell me, say, him no know me from nowhere. And I told him there and hear a youth pan a speaker box, I play me. And I tell him friend them, say, listen to one of our elder. You hear the youth refer to me, one of our elder. Him no know me from nowhere. But the youth there and sure. The youth. So respect goes out to the youth from the barber shop and all youth in a West Kingston. You hear me say? Back a West. Respect goes out to all youth. Whether you come from TV, TG, Rima, Jungler, Garden, Spangler, respect goes out to the whole West Kingston. Not to say me not talk about the rest of Jamaica, you know. But there's some roots there. Can't deny that. And if we can inspire them youth there to take a page out of the badass story, then I know say my life had impact and done some good. So let me make it clear. At no time at all, badass is glorifying badness. I will tell you to go bad. Me bad can me born bad. But me not install badness. And none of me youth them. Now, we start off the journey yesterday from Stratford International. I will show you all that. The journey is supposed to start, I think, 11 o'clock. And I was there from 10 o'clock. First man on the scene, called me lead by example. And me name that. First of all, this trip with my family was paid for by I out of my pocket. The first thing Jacinta said, without saying thank you, Dad, you know the first thing Jacinta said? Dad, where you get money from? That Jacinta said to me. But just show you how the fear I say, parenting. So Jacinta could not think, say, boy, Dad is a man where do some things we can't make sense of it. As old as me is, me in for a penny, me in for a pound. That's just how me is. Me do all kind of work. All kind of work. No shame in my game. People know me know say, a badass. If me stand up person right now and somebody come and say badass, move them 2 bagger. For me. Me I go move them. And when me done move them, you have to pay me. You know me say look while? If somebody come to me and say right now, badass, move that chair here. Me I go move it. And when me done move it, you have to pay me. Coming to work for free. I just mean that. So anything for do, forget a penny. A badass that. And when me get my money, cause me go up downtown, when me get my money, me know if I go put it somewhere and make it go on. You know? So, me don't sell drugs, me don't sell nothing illegal, me just work, me a man work. Anybody know me, them can call me out of my bed any hours at night and say, badass, come stand up here, sir. And me stand up here, sir, me I go stand up and if you say, badass, do this and that, me I go do. When me done, you have to pay me. That's just me. And me do whatever I have to do. And save my money. Save my money. And buy my family a trip and a cruise. First of all, I wanted was to take Marlon. I wanted was to take Tiana. I wanted was to take Selma and my granddaughter. And they are not here. Not because I didn't reach out. They choose not to be here. Now, in the last couple of weeks, I tried to call meeting to fine tune how we're gonna function. Jacinta is the only one that don't turn up to any meeting. Yet, she's the most influential one out of the Carnegie clan. Meaning that everything that I say to the family, she have the opposite to say. And the family listen to her. Farah, this is going somewhere enough. This is how difficult it is to be a parent in Britain. Everything that I say, the center have the opposite to say. Now, yesterday, while we were at the station waiting to be transported to the pier, the center come and we were 10 minutes to go. The center just said 10 minutes. And she just said, give me a minute. And I thought she was going to the bathroom. And the center went and shot me. Over my objection, she went and shot me. 10 minutes before the coach come, she went to shot me. God bless us that the coach was in delay. So the coach was delayed for nearly half an hour. But just look at it. The center went and shot him. 10 minutes to go. Okay? That's what the center did. And her sister, Asata, followed her. This was done over my objection. Right. So the coach finally came and we moved from point A to point B to catch another coach to the pier. At that point, keep in mind I am diabetic and I was on the coach for a certain amount of time, so I get off the coach and I run to the bathroom. When I came back, I only find my baby girl, my partner, standing with the luggage. And everybody else gone. At the time again, we were 20 minutes, sorry, before we rolled. When I came back, I asked where everyone else, nobody knew where they went. In the time that I'm asking where's everyone, the coach came 15 minutes early. So we start to board. Being the person I am, I load on all the luggage, which consists of 8 suitcases and 8 hand luggage. Me load them on myself. That's what that is for. Only so we were boarded. Me, my daughter, and my partner, we board the coach. While we're on the coach, the other 5 returned, and the conversation was, well, we thought we had 15 minutes. I said, I heard the coachman told someone that door would be closed 1 o'clock and it don't open under no circumstances for anyone. Keep in mind again, it's my money that is spending. And this is how my Babylon children would I treat my money that me save and sacrifice. This going somewhere, people. When we reached to the port and we checked in and to board, we approached the ship crew as a family. Keep in mind, I'm the father of 5 children, 3 different mothers. None of the mother was there. The lady that was processing my son, for some reason, asked my son, where is the child mother? My son answered and said the child mother is at home. And the next thing, the lady started to let us know that because of children trafficking, you will have to sign a special form. And took my son and my grandson out the queue and take them to a separate section. When I look, my 4 daughters, my partner, went and sit, waiting. And I'm standing there now looking around like a plunker. So I went over to the section that my son and grandson was. And I inquired of the lady. I said, why did you take my son and my grandson? Why did you single them out for? And she started to explain to me about children trafficking and the mother is not here and the authority of the mother. And I said, well, all 5 of them is my children. And none of them mother is here. Buzzwalk is underage. So why you didn't do the same to me? The lady replied and tell me, well, that was an oversight. Can you imagine that? That was an oversight. Well, I said, since you can do oversight like that, and I'm telling you what happened, and you just dismiss me by telling me it's an oversight, let me speak to your manager. There's a queue now. My son is in a queue. So she took me to our manager. And I said to the manager, my name is Colin Carnegie, and this is my family. I'm dad of all these Carnegie and granddad. And none of these children mother is here with me, and I'm the one that taking them on the cruise. The lady looked at the other lady and said, does the dad and the grandson have the same name? The lady said, yes. Then the lady said, then what is the problem? What is the problem? Did you hear the man said, they're a family? And I called my son. That was the end of it. Respect goes out to the manager that solved that problem. Now, the point I'm making now is that all the ladies in my crew, my 4 daughters, my partner, they all went and sit down, humble like a lion, a lamb. Didn't say anything, couldn't say anything. But I'm the big man. But ask my name. Who dare this woman come sing out my son and grandson in front of me? Take them away. And me is supposed to stand up and defend that. And my son that. Me I show my son how to stand up for him own right. Not that my son couldn't deal with it. I'm sure he can deal with his affair. But the imbalance of the situation, because my underage daughter was there. And I didn't have any letter from her mom. We didn't need any letter. There's no criteria in going on a cruise that father need letter from mother. I hear my good friend Jason Black and Professor Black Truth and Tariq. They have a saying that white people make it up as they go along for us. Yeah. They change the rule as they go along for us. So that's what was going to happen. This woman was going to make a new rule for my son and grandson. Never expect me. You know, you have to understand how these people approach us, you know. This woman see that there's a family, grandfather and father. And was going to literally dehumanize me in front of my people them. Yeah, this woman think she could have just crush me, the buzz with me there with my people them. Yeah? This going somewhere, you know. And when the woman walk with my son and my grandson, I stand up there, I look and say, wait, I want to go on my ass. This can't go on. I'm a step to it. Yeah?
Because when we go, we won't. The day's rolling. Are you going to be a part of our day?
No.
But overall, it was a very good trip. I would like to thank my dad for the amazing trip. Like, it wasn't what we thought it would be, but I can say that I did have fun. Like, Dad, thank you. Your efforts does not go unknown or unseen. And yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching and engaging. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good end of the year. I feel like this was a trip for the end of the year. I don't see myself traveling again at the end of this year. But yeah, I would like you guys to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys.